So how's it going, boss buddies? Now this week last week in fact, I decided to start my exploration on the house of Widian. So I started off with Black 1, which is this one right here, and I'm going to be back in just a second with my full review. Welcome back, boss buddies. My name is Scott and I'm the Luxury Fragrance Boss. You're watching the Luxury Fragrance Boss channel. Now this week I had a full wearing of Widian's Black 1. This is my first experience of the house of Widian. A couple of weeks ago I got the Discovery set here, which is Black 1 to 5. So I'm just really sort of starting to work my way through these. Black 1's the only one I've worn so far. I've not even smelled the others yet. I prefer to just spray them on and just see how my experience is without sort of looking at any of the notes or anything like that. That way I can sort of really get a sort of a very, very unbiased opinion on a scent. As many of you know, I will avoid at all costs anything that has rose in it, so I prefer not to look at the notes. And then if it's got too much rose in it, or I find it sort of, if it's too bad for me, then I'll just scrub it off and then start again. Thankfully, only one scent has actually done that to me so far, which many of you know if you follow me on Instagram, which is Jasmine and Cigarettes by Tat Libre. And that one didn't even have rose in it. It just smelled like stale cigarettes and it made me feel sick. So after a couple of hours, I washed it off and then sprayed on Original Santal by Creed, which thankfully we have down in our stores. But so back onto Widian's Black 1. This one really is a beautiful sort of musky, I'd say it's got a kind of powdery vibe about it as well. What I get most out of this one is it's a musky kind of cardamom incense fragrance. That's the best way that I can describe it. There's a tiny bit cinnamon that you do pick up there, but it dies down to something that I find is a very, very beautiful fragrance. Probably good for, I'd say it's probably more of an evening fragrance. It's probably nice to wear in the winter as well, but for me, being here in a hotter climate, I'd definitely say it's more of an evening fragrance. It does quite remind me of something that my father wore when I was a lot younger, and I mean going back into my before my teens or around that area. I seem to remember he had something in a red bottle, and this kind of reminds me of that. Not exactly. There's a few fragrances that do remind me of that bottle. Unfortunately, I have no idea what was in that bottle. But yeah, just every now and then get like a nice powdery scent, which really sort of takes me back. And it must have had cinnamon, or it must have been quite musky or something like that, and had a little bit of sweetness to it, because they're the kind of fragrances that do remind me of that. Not too many. There's been about probably 2 or 3 though that have reminded me over the last sort of few weeks. This is one of them. But this really is a beautiful, it's definitely a unisex fragrance. I could definitely imagine a woman smelling really, really sexy in this one. But also as well, I would imagine this to be a very, very good dating fragrance, or like an evening fragrance for a guy. It's a very, very sort of classy smelling fragrance as well. Definitely one that I think you should really check out. I mean, this isn't the cheapest Discovery set, the Widian one. I believe it's around, I think it was around $40 or $45, something like that. But I mean, for the quality of the fragrance that I've smelled so far, and from what my Instagram followers have said, for those of you that do comment on the Widians and stuff like that, so it seems to be a very, very popular fragrance. I understand they've got a few beast mode ones as well. I'm hoping I come across one of those in here. But I mean, going through the notes of this one, in the top you've got cinnamon and cardamom. Like I say, the cardamom is quite strong in this one. It doesn't seem to sort of go away. I'm not sure whether that's what gives it sort of some of that powdery scent. You get in the heart, you've got incense, cypress and sandalwood. Like I say, the woody notes aren't really that detectable. Obviously they're there, and they give it sort of a nice base to it, but when the incense and the cardamom sit on top of that, it makes it sort of very, very musky. And then in the base notes, you've got the musk and the cedarwood in there as well to give it obviously that depth. But yeah, I mean, it's a very, very beautiful fragrance. It's quite a sweetened fragrance as well. It's strange. The vibe of it kind of reminds me, obviously they smell nothing alike, but the kind of vibe that I get from this is quite similar to Amouage Interlude. I'd say you would wear it for the same sort of occasions. It's definitely sort of more of a wintry or more of like an evening fragrance in that kind of aspect. Obviously there's the incense in the both of them, but they are very, very different fragrances. This is, if you can imagine, I guess, I don't know, saying that, I guess if you could imagine Interlude but just with the sweetness and like that oud and the musk to it, without, if you take away all the sort of smokiness and everything like that, I'd say that it's probably close to what you're looking at with this one. So, I mean, if you find the interlude sort of too smoky for you, but you do like the sweetness of it, I'd say this one's definitely definitely going to be up your street. Like I say, very, very beautiful fragrance, perfect for winter, perfect for even some summer evenings. I mean, that's my thoughts on Widian's Black 1. Oh, it doesn't seem to want to go back in there. There we go. As usual, please like, comment and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Widian line. Let me know any others. Obviously, I've only got Black 1 to 5 here, but please give me a shout and let me know which ones you would really recommend at the rest of the line, because I really want to hear. This is a house that I'm really looking to explore this year, as well as the Xerjoff, a few of the others. I did my top 5 a couple of weeks ago. The houses that I want to go through and really explore this year. I can't remember off the top of my head what they were because I'm very busy at work all day. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. You can find me at Luxury Fragrance Boss. That way you can keep up to date with my scent of the day, anything else like that that I got going on, little snippets of my personal life and stuff like that. I've been started playing golf again and stuff like that, so I've been taking some pictures while I've been at the range of my fragrances and stuff like that, my scent of the day. Don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. That way anytime I'm releasing a new video, you get notified straight away, so you'll never miss another video. Other than that, stay smelling fantastic. I look forward to seeing you very soon in my next video, and thank you very much for watching.